Initially, it was the Beatles, the old, not that you would notice it from my music, but, and it wasn't even seeing the Beatles. My father had banned television in our household the year they were on the legendary Ed Sullivan Show appearance. And I just heard about it the next day on the bus stop. I mean, everybody was just talking about it. I was in elementary school. And I said, what's the buzz? What's going on? And I said, oh, did you see the Beatles last night? And I'm like, the What'ls? And the Beatles, it was great. All the girls were screaming. And as soon as I heard the girls were screaming, I was in like 3rd grade. And I said, that's what I want to be. But it was later on that I really found my true calling when metal was born. When metal started to make itself evident. I am the original, I'm one of the original headbangers. I was there for its ugly, brutal birth.
Which was when?
Well, you can't officially say what was the actual starting point, but it was certain bands. You had the Woodstock Nation, and there were people like me who were scratching our heads going, Country Joe and the Fish? What? Why should I give a shit about Richie Havens? I want to see The Who. I want to see who was 10 years after at the time, Mountain. Mountain were one of the first I felt metal bands. But you're starting to say, I don't really want to listen to this Crosby, Stills and Nash crap. But everybody else was like, oh yeah, everything's beautiful. Then Grand Funk Railroad, Blue Cheer, the first Black Sabbath record, first Zeppelin record. And suddenly there were a group of us who were starting to gravitate exclusively to this music, whatever it was. Deep Purple, had the attitude, the edge that we were looking for, and fuck the rest of that shit, And those on the other side of the Woodstock Nation, they were finally finding a form of music that they found repulsive, that they were not willing to welcome into their happy, hippy-dippy world where everybody loves everything and grooves to it all. They were drawing a line with Grand Funk Railroad, Blue Cheer, Zeppelin. Yeah, Zeppelin crossed the line, but they were considered pretty dunderheaded initially.